Hey runners, my name is Dina. I'm the triathlon club coordinator and coach for the YMCA, and I'm very excited to be helping you train for the upcoming 5K in July. I'm going to be providing some weekly tips for you as well as a weekly workout, so make sure to be on the lookout for the workout as well. So today for week 1, I'm going to take you through a series of warm-up and mobility exercises to do right before you head out for your run. And I really encourage you to take this short time to do a few warm-up exercises and prime your body for the run rather than just getting out the door and starting to run. It's really important to just loosen up, open up your hips, activate your glutes, basically just get your body ready to go and not shock it when you start running. So the first thing we're going to do is some hip openers. So I'm going to start in the position I'm in right now. I'm on one knee, half kneeling position. I'm just going to gently open up the hips. I'm not pushing very hard. I'm not seeing how far I can stretch. It's not really a stretch, it's just activation. And I'm also not holding it very much at the front. It's just gentle movement back and forth. And I'm not counting here. You can do maybe 8 per side. We'll switch to the other leg. Open up the second hip as well. I'll show you another alternative for the hip openers. Rather than having my foot straight forward, I'm going to put it out at about 45 degrees, and then same movement, just gentle opening up of the hip. Something else you could do during all of these hip openers is overhead reach. So I'm just adding in this arm movement. Let me switch to the other side here. Rather than trying to reach back, I'm more reaching up. So I'm really trying to get a nice stretch in the lats and just open up the shoulders and the back along with the hips. All right, second exercise, I'm going to take my feet into a wide stance. Notice that my feet are both pointed straight forward. They're not out at an angle like this. They're parallel. I'm going to line them up in this way. I'm just going to do some lateral gliding. So as I lean to the left, my hips go back. I can use my arms out front as a counterweight. And you want to make sure also that your knee doesn't go over your toe, so your knee is staying in line with the toe. It's just gentle stretch, a really nice stretch down here. Again, hips back, arms forward, knee over toe. You could do maybe 4 or 5 of these per side. All right, now I'm going to grab my mini band. If you don't have one of these, just hang on a couple minutes. I'm going to show you an alternative, but this is a great tool to use as a warm-up exercise. So I'm going to put it around the tops of my feet, just like this. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see. I'm going to put my hips back just slightly. I'm just going to do some lateral steps, lateral walking. This is really going to activate the glute. Get it ready to go. If you have a bigger space, you can take maybe 8 or 10 steps one way and come back in the other direction. You can do that maybe 1 or 2 rounds, really just. You're not trying to feel sore, you're not trying to work your glutes, it's just activating them, just turning them on. Something else we can do, similar. Now I'm going to walk straight forward, but when I walk, I'm going to put my feet out to the side a little bit. So step out here, step out to the other side. Again, 8 or 10 steps forward, 8 or 10 steps back, 1 or 2 times through. Just turning on the muscles, getting them ready to go. So if you don't have a mini band, the alternative, we're going to do some clamshells. I'll only show you one side. You can do this on both sides. So I'm lying on my side. Again, my legs are at about a 45-degree angle. They're not pointed straight back. They're not pointed straight out, 45 degrees. I'm just going to lift the top leg just as far as I can go that feels comfortable. You don't want to push it. You don't want to open up your hip like this. Just gentle activation again. Do again 8 or 10 of these on both sides. I'm going to show you a second version of a clamshell. This one, the bottom leg stays on the ground. As you come up, the top leg will lift again, but the knee stays on the ground. Both hips are in the air. And this will really turn on the glute. 8 or 10 sets, both sides. The last thing I like to do right before I head out the door is just some leg swings. These are just super simple, just swinging forward and back. As I go back, I like to open up the hips again. This just really loosens up the hips and the legs for me. It feels great. Do one side, we'll do the other side. Just gentle swings back and forth. I like to do about 8 per side. All right, you are warmed up and you're ready to go. Have a great run.